Hi everyone, it's me, Carbundance, and welcome back to my 365 days from eating disorder to recovery. You can see here straight away this was an insect bite. I guess that I got during the night, but the thing is, what I used to do in those first days of recovery, so this is what, these are photos from 1 year ago, in Quasi Recovery, was that I thought it's because of what I eat, because I was eating all of these fear foods and unhealthy foods and all the things that my eating disorder did not approve of. And I was just convinced this is an allergy, this is an intolerance, like this has to be like the evidence that I am intolerant to dairy and stuff. And I was not. Like, maybe my body, it took some time for my body to get used to it, but in general I was not. I deserve to be in shape. So this is something that I screenshotted there. You deserve to be in spiritual and mental shape. Okay? A heart at peace gives life to the body. Yes, I mean, it's what you are in the heart and what you feel in the heart that also gives life and health to your body. The only one that can truly satisfy the human heart is the one that made it. Yeah, that's something I feel very much, because my faith also really helped me through all of this. Okay, on her way to getting back her period, and on her way to another month of amenorrhea. Every day you have a choice to get out of energy debt or stay in it. Choose wisely. And that's just something that I really got into in those days. Okay, I am choosing not to be in an energy deficit anymore, and if anything, I'm actually reversing it right now. So the thing is, I was not perfect in all of this, right? You saw I had carrots in my muesli there. Not the re-recovery way, but I was like doing so much better than the weeks before. As you can see, I bought this cheesecake, all the things that I was afraid of, like cream cheese and also eggs, all of that stuff. I did not only have one piece, but all of these 3 pieces. Now the problem is that I was still, when I bought these packages, I was still looking at the labels, the nutrition labels, like how much calories is in one piece, and like how much would it be if I eat quarter of the whole cake, which I basically did there. So I was still paying attention to that, which is not real recovery and which is not rewiring your thoughts, right? And I also had this ripe banana. I just loved it so much. I love it in general, ripe bananas. I'm a ripe banana girl. Camembert on bread, and then also, mashed potatoes with also made with milk, and also eggs on top. That was so scary for me. This marshmallow thing. I also had this chocolate you saw before. Allow your body to be where it wants to be. I mean, you can read through all of these. These just helped me very much there. These are just some pictures. I was body checking again, taking photos. That's a problem. You're still looking for permission if you can still eat. Like, body checking in general is very disordered. I made some ice cream there with yogurt and like real vanilla, conventional vanilla ice cream. And that's how I made a fear food out of my normal ice cream that I always made. I'm sorry for the ambulance. I just really have to have the door open, because otherwise I'll die. Screenshot here of this bacon and animal product things of someone who I knew had been vegan before, and so I took that as an inspiration. I had all kinds of different chocolates here. Was looking at beer, alcohol-free beer, liquid calories that I was actually craving. I had this I wanted to say flame cake, which is the literal translation of, I think it's called tarte flambée I don't even know what this is called, but it's kind of like a pizza thing, but in French. And these Dr. Oetker brownie thingies. Yeah, as I said, the problem there was that I was still paying attention on how much calories would that be, because I felt the need of controlling my calorie intake still, which is not real recovery. I let go of all that no longer serves me, and that is the eating disorder, anorexia, another, body checking episode, which if you're still doing that, it shows you need to let that shit go, because it is stopping you from rewiring. You want to get rid of changes in your body weight, changes in how your physique changes, and so that's not going to get you there. Yeah, I had this marshmallow thing on, do you even say marshmallow? I don't know what these are called. On white bread, then also, these muffin things and Nutella, but, still replacing butter with quark. It's just not the way to go. I'm excited for this new life. Yeah, I was really trying to just get anything that I could as an inspiration to just stick with this and reaffirm myself. And I was reading and watching all of the contents of Tabitha Farrar there, especially the book that I am translating now into German. Where are you putting your energy? You can look at this and pause this, and if most of your thoughts are about food and you're thinking of food, that is mental hunger, and that is a sign that you're still in your eating disorder and you're not in real recovery. If you were in real recovery, you would have these thoughts still, but you would actually eat. I was measuring the Nutella. I was eating it at least, but I was measuring it. Not the way to go. Watermelon. I was craving watermelon, also strawberries. I love fruit. And it's just something I still had so much this urge of, with the unhealthy things or the things that I was afraid of, to kind of plump up the volume with vegetables and fruits. And I still felt this need and this urge to actually eat fruit and vegetables, which I had to get rid of later. 7 years ago, so this was a post that Freelee the Banana Girl made, and in these days, or throughout the recovery, I had some days where I was nostalgic for the old high carb, low fat vegan days, and I wanted my body to look so much like to look like Freelee's body so much, but then I always reminded myself of, do I want to be where they are at now in their life? And the answer is no. Like, I do not want to be where Freelee is now, where she basically has a fear of anything that is not raw or whole food. And if she eats cooked, it's like, wartime food and bunker food. And it's like, that's not the life I want to live, and not the life I believe in, because it prevents me from living the life where I focus on things that really matter. In my humble opinion, but this nostalgia of good old times where my brain said, well, but everything was fine there. And I had to remind myself, no, nothing was fine there. You were very deep in your eating disorder. I'm very hot, just saying. Cravings are here to tell you something, and they go on to tell you that, they're there because you're not eating enough calories. Well, it's not only because of the calories. You can also have cravings when you're eating enough calories, because you're restricting the type of foods. This was about adding butter to your vegetables. I was kind of stirring up the courage for that, and this post was about sugar. When you add sugar to things that it is not harmful, you can pause that if you need help with that. Basically, with the screenshots, I was just trying to gather up the courage and, just some resources for reassuring why it is so important for me and the only right thing for me to eat all of these fear foods, which are not to be feared and which are not unhealthy, but for me the healthiest thing that I could eat. Someone saying here that they don't think that meat is the problem. It's just all of the things that are added to the meat, like hormones and stuff. And that's also something that I used, like some kind of data that I used for my brain to convince myself, well, I'm going to eat meat now. Like, there's no way around it. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna happen. And yeah, that's why I took these screenshots. Here's someone saying that, yeah, whole food plant-based excludes a big amount of vegan products from the supermarket. Sorry for the church bells. Yeah, and they are arguing that the vegan supermarket products are full, you know, I guess it's because of all of the omega-6 tree oils, omega-6 seed oils, that's what I mean. And that's something that I had to really pay attention to, that this would not happen. I would not go the other way and suddenly be afraid of also vegan processed foods and seed oils. Like, you know, that's what happens to a lot of people, that they actually get rid of, you know, they get around to encouraging themselves to eat something non-vegan because of their eating disorder, but then they develop a fear of, ooh, yeah, maybe like the oils, I should only eat butter now, not the plant oils, which is a new fear and a new rule, and that's just not, it cannot happen. You really have to pay attention to that. Yeah, I had to really make myself eat cheese and eggs, and you saw the cucumber before. It was really not what I was craving. I was just really still feeling that I had to eat something nutritious. I had to eat something with micronutrients in it. But I was not at the point where I was just sitting with it and accepting that this is just like my body primarily just needs calories. Like, it's not about me micromanaging my micronutrient intake now. It shouldn't be. But I was still a little bit, you know, losing myself in that. But I'm so glad that we can see here, in comparison to the weeks before, that I was really keeping up my game with, and still stepping up my game with, buying so many fear foods, eating all of these fear foods, and really making big steps. And yeah, I had a lot of panic there in these days. I mean, these type of bowls with carrots in the oatmeal and stuff, these were some moments where I thought, well, now you gotta eat something whole foody again. Like, you cannot eat processed all of the time. And I still was struggling really much with this thought of you have to balance things out. But little did I know then that there's nothing I had to balance out there. I just had to trust the process and let this happen. And real balance would actually come by not forcing myself to balance things out. And you will see that throughout the year, the more and deeper I went into real recovery, which these past 2 weeks are a big step towards that, you know, of last year. Yeah, how that developed. You are going to see on Sunday some impressions of what I eat now in real recovery, and I'm so glad that these steps that you saw in this video and throughout this week 1 year ago actually brought me to where I am now. And every step counts, guys. Every step counts. Please don't forget the thumbs up. I would be very grateful for that. And it is so hot, and I see you on Sunday. Bye.